Empathy by Stephen Dunn. Once in a small rented room awaiting a night call from a distant time zone, I understood one could feel so futureless he'd want to get a mermaid tattooed on his biceps. Company forever. Flex and she'd dance. The phone never rang, except for those phantom rings, which I almost answered. I was in D.C., on leave from the Army. It was a woman, of course, who didn't call. Or, as we said back then, a girl. It's anybody's story. But I think for me it was the beginning of empathy. Not a large empathy like the deeply selfless might have. More like a leaning, like being able to imagine a life for a spider, a maker's life, or just some aliveness in its wide abdomen and delicate spinnerets, so you take it outside in 2 paper cups, instead of stepping on it. The next day she called, and it was final. I remember going to the zoo and staring a long time at the hippopotamus, its enormous weight and mass, its strange appearance of tranquility, and then the sleek, indignant cats. Then I went back to Fort Jackson. I had a calendar taped inside my locker, and I'd circled days for which I had no plans, not even hopes. Big circles, so someone might ask. It was between wars. Only the sergeants and a few raw-boned farm boys took learning how to kill seriously. We had to traverse the horizontal ladder, rung after rung, to pass into mess hall. Always the weak-handed, the weak-armed couldn't make it. I looked for those who didn't laugh at those of us who fell. In the barracks, after drills, the quiet fellowship of the fallen.